Hello everyone. Here I'm going to talk about how we can set up one data node and multiple data node and one name node on EC2 instance. Last time I already set up both the name node and data node on EC2, and you can watch that video in my playlist. It has the steps involved, and I had covered almost all the necessary steps in order to execute that setup. Now here how it look like for multiple data node, you can see that in the live node section I can see two. The reason why there has been two, because one data node is already running on name node, and the second one has the separate EC2 instance. That's why it is two over here. If I click on that, I can see two IP address. So both are the public DNS IP address of my data nodes. So if you click on that, you can get the information about how much capacity it occupied and all this information. So I will go through one by one what are the necessary steps that we need to perform in order to set up this multi-data node structure. So for that, you need to put up 4 instances, because we will work on 4 instances altogether. Let's search about Ubuntu. I will go through 16. Over here, T2.micro is the only free tier eligible. Now here I want, let's say 4. In the subnet, let's say it should be on one availability zone only. It will not create any problem because it is in the same PC, but yeah, one availability zone will be enough. Then add storage. Here we will add 30 GB. Over here it is eligible, so 30 GB, and that to SSD type, general purpose SSD. Add tags. Here we can add tag, but if you want, we will not do that. You can change the security name like multi data node ST. Okay, over here I need to add all traffic. Do not use this 000.0. It means this instance is open to the internet, and if you work in the production server, you won't want your EC2 instance to be open to the internet. So go to add specific your IP. You only can access this particular instance. So let's say delete 1 3. I think, let me verify, 144 113. Yeah, right. And review and launch. So here we can see free trial eligible is there, T2 micro, and all this information. Click on launch. I have already one key setup, so I will use the existing key pair. Launch instance. It will take some time, and meanwhile, what we can do, we will wait for few time until this instance keep on running. It is expanding. So here we can see all this instance that we put it up in the running state, and all the health check pass. So we will click on this edit, and you can edit the name accordingly. I have added end node 1 and respectively D node. End node stands for name node 1, and respectively 3 data node. Now we want to do some configuration so that we can communicate between this instance in order to distribute the tasks or all the Hadoop process. So what how you can do, first one would be to edit the firewall, right? So firewall is in AWS is basically security group. So if you click on any one of these instance, let's say over here, Scroll down, click on this security group, scroll down. Over here, you can see security group, click on that and open a new tab. So this is basically a firewall setting, and we need to do some configuration so that all the instances can communicate with each other. So in the inbound rule, you can see over here, edit inbound rule. So I have already added all this information, but how you can edit, I can show you. So click on add rule, custom TCP, search for all traffic, and over here, add one by one IP address of this private instance. So if I copy, if I search, see I already added and I have written over here node 1 IP address. So similarly, if you click on the instance list over here, let's say D node 1. So this IP address, if I search, yeah, it's D node 1 IP address. Similarly for D node 2 and D node 3. And then after that, okay, let me delete this sample one and then save rule. So I have all the IP address like D node 1, 2, 3, and my home IP address because I need to do SSH into this into all of this instance. That's why I have added my IP address. So whatever IP addresses are mentioned over here, that will be able to communicate to these instances. So third step would be to log in into all these instance like N node, D node, T node, and set up Hadoop and Java. So the steps are basically pretty much straightforward. I have added this GitHub repository. In that one file is the Hadoop config. We just need to copy this paste command, copy and paste command into the instance, and all nodes will be communicate with each other. So let's do the steps. So let's do the first step. We will log in into node first, and okay. So how to log in that? Click on this. If you do click on connect, there is a tab called SSH. So it said that you need to execute this step multinode. Then you need to connect into this instance using this way, right? So I already have executed these steps, and after that I will execute this one. Let's copy it and paste it over there. And so Hadoop multinode. Let's see, do I need multinode altogether? Yeah, I was able to log in. Okay. 172.31.221 IP address. So this IP address is click on this instance and 221 and the name node IP address, right? So let's execute the first step. Okay, so before that, we will create one Hadoop user. Command is very easy, that is add user Hadoop. Let's set some password. Okay, so okay, click on vi sudo go to this privilege file, copy. Oh, sorry. over here, paste. So this file is basically giving Hadoop all the access like root user. So if I use su-hadoop switch user, I was able to user. If you see password I place Hadoop. So just copy this step one. Meanwhile, also copy this one. First, we will check whether the data node and name node are in the running state in this particular instance, and after that, we will add one by one the different instances. And at last, we can see 4 instances altogether. Okay. I have executed Java 8 install command. Let's wait for some time. It is unpacking all those files. I think it is done. No, it's remaining something. Yeah, done. If you do ls, you can see file. Let's extract it with the help of tar-xvf. We are extracting the tar file. It accepted. Now just rename this file with the help of mv command, so it will be very easy for us. Yep. Open your this one. Now we will open bash rc. Go to end line and copy this one. Copy. And then paste it over here. So if you see, click on source bash rc in order to load the change. Okay. Now let's see what this command we executed, right? Yep. So let's say ls dollar Hadoop. These are the environment variables. If I press, I can see there are values over here. It's same for Java home. Yes, it worked. So let's copy this Java home because it requires to edit it in one more file. So enter cd dollar Hadoop home. Go to etc. Go to Hadoop. Over here there is a Hadoop env.sh file. Search for Java home. It should be along with export. Yeah, see, and paste. Delete this line. It worked. Okay, Java home installed. Now second step is to, okay, second done. Okay, let's open this file one by one. So it should be in core site.xml. Let's go to end. Copy this stuff. Remove this both. Press I, enter, then paste it over here. Now here, if you see it, we need to add public DNS of name node. So go to instance, instance, where is the name node, and node over here, copy, and go to here, up to colon, and then paste. Yep, work. Second step. Okay, let's copy it somewhere in Notepad so it will be easy. hdfs site.xml. hdfs site.xml, go to and copy this cool stuff, delete this one I, and then paste. So it didn't have, okay. Go to yarn site over here. And copy this stuff. Let's paste it. It requires public DNS if you see over here. So I need to do something like copy and then delete till and then paste. Done. And map reduce file. Map reduce file, go to and delete one, press enter, copy, paste, copy, see. Okay, we edited most of the file. Now press if config, copy this IP address, copy, go to sudo vi etc host, add file, copy, paste. So basically we have added a host name over there. See. Okay, so again I need to execute few command over here. Enter. Just press enter, that's it. Okay, it's done. SSH localhost. Let's try it. Yep, it worked. Now we will execute. Now all the files have been configured. We will execute few steps in order to communicate between data node and this particular name node. So here, the reason why it was not working because I have added Ubuntu user, but we have created new user that is Hadoop. So I have replaced that, and now if I tried and node 1, see, it was able to log in. So let's execute this HDFS. Okay, then go to sbin directory in this path, Let's execute this file. We will see whether we execute it successfully. Let's wait for some time. Okay, name node started, data node started. Secondary name node started. Just a warning, resource manager started, node manager started. Yep, execute JPS. You can see data node, name node, all those service. Now let's go to this IP address. Copy port 9870. So it worked, right? Here, a live node, you can see only one because this has only one data node and name node going on. Now we will add one by one data node so that here this value will increase. So let's go to the second instance, and node 1 in this case. This one, data node 1. If I go to this, connect, then copy this. If I paste it over here, this is pretty straightforward. Here I just need to follow the same configuration guide which I have mentioned in this GitHub page, and it will work. So let me do this. So I will skip this portion because it will repeat the same process, just the EC2 instance is different. And once this configuration has been set up, just give me a few minutes. Yes, now what we can do, create one file inside config, and just 1 minute. I need to copy SSH config file format. Yeah, I got that. Right click and then paste. Replace that with, let's say, node 1. Host name is, oh yeah, Ubuntu. Where is it? Over here. We need to copy first public DNS, right? Paste. So what it will do, it will SSH with this IP address, username, and will use this file. Okay, now okay, then let's type SSH and node and node. Okay, what was the name? And node 1, sorry, and node 1. Yes, so I got public denied stuff. 65, let's verify the public DNS. 65.092.1.14.ap public denied. Okay, so check whether it one localhost is working with localhost for and node 1 it is not working. Public key design. Okay, yeah, got that. Let's copy paste. Let's execute this and again and node design. Okay, so I have executed up to core site XML and all these environment variables in bash are in one of the new data in the new data node instance. So we need to do something. We will communicate between name node and data node. So let's open this two instance. So if you see, this is the name node which we executed earlier, and this is the data node which has no service currently running on, right? So let's communicate between those two stuff. Now, first open SSH config file, copy this because we will add one more entry. So let's paste it. The name would be dnode1. Hadoop user is there, and we need to go to dnode1 and this one, public DNS IP address. Let's paste it. Okay, so it's done. Let's see if it is able to. 1 minute. Passwordless SSH. Okay, we can do one thing. Let's check whether this is working. Yeah, it is working. Copy SSH config file, copy and create paste it over here. Oh, yeah, done. Okay, so now we have copied all the content in the data node, and let's save it. If I do end node, end node 1, sorry. Oh, publicly denied. So what I need to do, I need to open this file. Okay, let's verify for dnode. Get it. I need to open this authorized key file, copy this content, copy, go to the name node, open the same file, go to the end, and then paste, then save it. And we need to copy the same for this file, name node SSH file. Go to here and then paste. Now both can communicate with each other. Let's verify it. See, if I do for right, okay, let's save it. And on one done. Yep. We'll do for others. Okay, now we need to do. We need to run the service over here. Now we can see this both data node and name node can communicate with each other. So here it has okay disconnected. It has all the right. So it has all the service running on. Now let's create one file. Go to Hadoop home. Go to etc Hadoop. EWD. In this location, create file which is known as masters. Okay, add name node public DNS over here. So let's copy it, paste, same open sleeves. I need to copy public DNS of dnode1. Want this one, I get this. Right? Create the same file over here. Masters. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Okay. Now go to group. Start here. DFS service. Wait for some time for all the service to start on the data node server. Okay, started. Now in the name node, just refresh the page. You can see live node has value 2. So if I click on this, I can see 2 values. So let's go to D node, this one, right? 9870. So I guess this will not work because it is name node server port number. Go to 9866. Uh, 64. Yep, 64. So in this port number, I can see data node started on the the IP address, and this is the same IP address which is mentioned over here. And all the related information, overview, then utility, and all this stuff. So here we can get the list of Datanodes S2, all are in service. And yeah, so we successfully installed the setup of 2 data node and one name node running on. We'll follow the same step. We will follow the same step for the remaining 2 instances for D node 2 and D node 3. So basically, what you need to do, you need to sign in into this 2 nodes, follow up to this file only, core XML up to 1, 2, and 3 steps. Once you followed the steps, execute for passwordless passwordless SSH. Once it has been installed, go to your name node, open this file, the master and slave one, if you remember. Go to over here, etc Hadoop. Where is the master file? Yeah, etc Hadoop, and then inside of Hadoop it is. Yep. In this master, do not edit this, but just edit slaves. Append your public DNS over here, and Hadoop will take this as a slave, or you can say as a data node. So that was it for the configuration of multiple data node structure with the name node. If you have any questions or if you face any issues, just let me know in the comment section, and I will try to help. So thank you, and we will meet in the next video.